This episode of the podcast contains discussions of eating disorders, toxic relationships, and a dog that has unfortunately passed. So listen at your own discretion. It is Monday, the 27th of May, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. So, this week's theme, as I mentioned yesterday, is the band boygenius. They're a trio supergroup of three individual female singer-songwriters who had been gaining success around the same time and become friends and started writing stuff together and decided to release it as boygenius. I think it was one of those things where the debut EP was just called boygenius, and then they decided to take that as the band name when they released more and toured. Those three musicians are Phoebe Bridgers, Julianne Baker, and Lucy Dacus. Now, before boygenius released their first EP, which was in 2018, I knew Julianne Baker from a Tiny Desk concert, and I knew Phoebe Bridgers from the song Motion Sickness had shown up on my YouTube recommended. But I didn't know Lucy Dacus at all, and so this was my introduction to her, and I didn't pay as much attention to her as I probably should have, but then once I went and listened to her solo stuff afterwards, I really liked it, and I love her contributions to their future work after this. Today, we're going to be talking about the second track from boygenius's debut EP, which is called Me and My Dog. And then throughout the week, we're going to be talking about songs from the individual members of the group, Phoebe Bridgers, Julianne Baker, Lucy Dacus, and then end the week with another boygenius song. So, I don't think we need any more preamble. We'll listen to it now and come back and talk about it in a sec. There we are, Me and My Dog by boygenius. Like I said, I knew Phoebe and Julianne beforehand, although I didn't know Phoebe that well, and I didn't know Lucy, so I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this EP, and I liked the first song, certainly, but when this song came on, I fell in love instantly. I loved this song instantly. It's still my favorite, it's my favorite boygenius song overall, and it was on my list of top songs that year. I just really love it. Now, what's the song about? Well, there's a few things, but the inspiration for the song, I should specify, the trio all write songs and all sing. Usually, if they wrote the song, they're the one singing lead on the song. So the song was written by Phoebe, so she does the lead vocals, but Lucy and Julianne do the backing vocals as well. So this song was inspired by an incident where Phoebe Bridgers had a panic attack at a concert, and she wanted to just go home and be with her dog. It was an elderly pug called Max. He unfortunately passed in 2019 at the ripe old age of 16, which is quite old for a pug. But at the time of writing and recording and releasing the song, he was just old. And that was just kind of the instinct, was like, I'm panicking, I'm in a bad place. I want to be at home with my dog. And that inspiration for it is obvious at the end of the song. But there's other stuff in the song as well that makes it quite interesting. The first verse seems to kind of detail an unhealthy relationship with someone. We had a great day, even though we forgot to eat. It's such an interesting couplet, because we had a great day. We had a great day. Even though we forgot to eat. Well, that's not good. It's not a good thing. And it's like saying, I had such a good time that I forgot to eat. That's sweet, but you need to eat to survive. And you had a bad dream and we got no sleep because we were kissing. So it kind of puts you in the frame of mind of this love that's very passionate, but it kind of comes at the expense of ignoring more important things, or at least equally important things. It's great to be kissing, it's great to be having a great day, but you need to eat and you need to sleep. I had a fever until I met you, now you make me cool, is a little bit of a cheeky double meaning, I was burning up and then I met you and you cooled me down, or you made me cool as in you made me a cooler person, right? But sometimes I still do something embarrassing. And then, I never said I'd be alright, just thought I could hold myself together. When I couldn't breathe, I went outside. Don't know why I thought it'd be any better. I'm fine now, it doesn't matter. So, with the context of the first verse, this sounds like just an overall, an overview of a bad relationship. I never said I'd be all right, just thought I could hold myself together. I'm hiding my true feelings, but now I'm freaking out. I couldn't breathe, I went outside. And then kind of gaslighting yourself about your own feelings. I don't know why I thought it'd be any better, but I'm fine now, it doesn't matter. No, don't worry about me. My feelings aren't important. I'm fine now, don't worry. It's not very convincing, But knowing that the song was inspired by a panic attack, it also very much just seems like it's describing that panic attack. I didn't want to be this guy. I cried at your show with the teenagers. Tell your friend I'll be all right. In the morning it won't matter. So that one seems to be more specifically about having a panic attack at a concert. And then finally, I want to be emaciated. I want to hear one song without thinking of you. I wish I was on a spaceship, just me and my dog and an impossible view. It's such a 1, 2, 3 punch of lyrics, because Phoebe's style of writing is just full of such honesty so much of the time. Because I've talked about like simple lyrics and lyrics that are like, you know, they're not particularly like clever, but they get to the root of an issue. And Phoebe's very much like that, but in a way that's more, it really feels like she's bearing her soul to you in this song, right? Because the line, "I want to be emaciated," is so raw. You know, and people have had theories about that line, but I mean, someone asked her on Twitter and she literally just replied, "Literally anorexia, lol." It's just a line about an eating disorder, plain and simple. And to just straight up say that in a song, it's just a refreshing bit of honesty in the lyrics, you know. And then "I want to hear one song without thinking of you" is the line that really gets me every time. Again, a simple sentiment, but it's very clearly stated here. I want to hear one song without thinking of you. You know, you're everywhere I look, you're everything I listen to, everything reminds me of you. I wish I was on a spaceship, just me and my dog and an impossible view. I mean, that's what she said. She wanted to just be at home with her dog. But it being on a spaceship looking over the earth is a really interesting, fantastical version of that. Like, obviously, it's just her fantasizing about it, but it's a really nice image. It's not just like, you know, because obviously being at home with her dog is a nice image, but being on a spaceship looking at this lovely view, it's such an elevation to it, if you'll pardon the pun. And then the outro, again, is what kills me. "I dream about it and I wake up falling." It's I think about this line a lot, because when she says "and I wake up falling," does she mean, like, you could take it as like disappointment, right? I wake up falling, like, oh, god damn it, right? But also it makes me think of the idea of like the hypnic jerk, when you trip or fall in a dream and that wakes you up in the real world. Some people have called that waking up falling, right? So that's what that makes me think of. It's that kind of sudden shock of like her fantasizing about being away with her dog, dreaming about it, and then, you know, suddenly coming out of that, being jolted back to reality. I wake up falling. And I love the way the song's instrumentation is so interesting, because it's just guitars and vocals for most of the song, bit of banjo as well. The drums don't come in until "I Didn't Want to Be This Guy," I think, is where the drums come in, which is so late in the song. It's interesting. And then at the end with "I Wake Up Falling," she holds the note and the backing vocals hold the note as well. And it just kind of slowly falls apart and fades out, which really fits with that lyric of "I wake up falling." Like, it just feels like, oh, you know, when you're in that, you've just woken up and you're kind of half awake and half remembering your dream, you know, it really feels like that. It's a really interesting way to tie those into each other. Now, in terms of who the person is, the relationship is that she's singing about, there's a few theories, but like, I don't really care. We'll talk about an important relationship of Phoebe's tomorrow when we talk about a Phoebe Bridgers solo song, because that's important to the song. But for this one, it doesn't really matter about the specific person, just that feeling of being away from them and wanting to not think about them is the kind of important vibe to the song here. And it's really interesting to tie it in with this panic attack and thinking about the dog, because she really just wants to get away no matter what. And it's a relatable concept. I understand. I very much associate this song with, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to post on Instagram regularly pictures of things with captions that were always lyrics. And there was a particular, let's say, eventful night of my life where I put in lyrics from "Me and My Dog," and that's kind of what I associate this song with in a lot of ways. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I love this song a lot. There's some great live performances of it as well. I haven't seen them live personally, but like, you know, radio sessions and stuff that are on YouTube, I might link some of those in the description. For a while, this wasn't, the official version wasn't on YouTube. There was just the live version. And as I mentioned earlier, I put this song on my favorite songs of the year list, which I always show to my dad. But the studio version wasn't on YouTube, and it was a YouTube playlist, so I had to show him the other version. But I remember that we were listening to it. My mom walked in during this song and misheard "I Want to Be Emaciated" as "I Want to Be Amazing," which is such a wild way to mishear that lyric. That's fucking, oh, that's not what she said at all. Anyway, yeah, no, I think that's it for this song. Join me tomorrow when we talk about a Phoebe Bridgers solo song. Subscribe, comment, give a like, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.